What's up guys, it is Josh coming at you today for another video from Ride Motos. Hey, if you are a motorcycle rider, chances are that you have developed a very close bond with your motorcycle. You wash your motorcycle, you wrench on your bike, you ride on it, you spend hours and hours with your motorcycle. And if you're like any of the 51,000 people last year in this country alone, chances are your motorcycle was stolen. If you've clicked the thumbnail on this video, you are one of the many unlucky people who's had their motorcycle stolen and you're wondering what to do next. In this video, we're gonna go through the 5 immediate next steps that you need to take if your motorcycle was stolen. We're gonna get into all of that and more right after this. Alright guys, well I want to welcome you back to the channel, and hey, I want to start off by saying sorry. Your motorcycle was stolen. It's a horrible feeling. Nobody wants to go through it. In the past couple years, motorcycle theft in the United States has gone up 29% since 2019. There is about 51,000 motorcycles that are stolen across this country every single year. And if you live in states like California, Texas, Florida, New York, which are the states that are most popular for motorcycle theft in the country, chances are you either have had a motorcycle stolen or you know somebody who has had their motorcycle stolen. It's a horrible thing to go through. I'm sorry you're going through it. And hey, the reason that we're shooting this video today is actually because I know what you're going through. I recently had a motorcycle stolen. I came home from a work trip, came home, went out to the garage, looked, and one of my motorcycles was gone. And so I wanted to share with you guys in this video some of the steps that I went through immediately so you can work towards getting your motorcycle back quickly or being able to settle it through another avenue like insurance. All right, so that is going to start off with step number 1. And this kind of goes without saying, but immediately as soon as you notice that your motorcycle is stolen, you need to call the police. You need to call the authorities as soon as possible because the stats out there with motorcycle theft isn't good. Under 50% of motorcycle thefts are actually recovered. So the sooner you call the police and the sooner they can get looking for a motorcycle, the better. And frankly, I've talked to a couple different police officers and they have said that if you don't find your motorcycle within the first 24 hours, your chances of recovering the motorcycle go down dramatically. So immediately, as soon as you notice that your bike is missing, be sure and go and call your local law enforcement. Make sure you get a police report, have them issue a notification across their department and in all of the local areas to start looking for your motorcycle, and hopefully the police can locate your bike and get it back to you as soon as possible. So after you call the police, you kind of go to step number 2. Step number 2 is you need to start writing down every single detail and you need to start collecting every single piece of evidence. So for some of you guys, you can probably even start doing this while the police are en route to your house or your apartment or your place of living to even do the initial police report, because they're going to ask for a lot of this same information. So I'd recommend getting out a notepad, opening up a Word document on your computer and just start typing away. And remember, the details matter in this, and we're going to talk about that in step number 3. But your insurance company is going to ask for a lot of the things that you're going to need to remember about your motorcycle. So the first thing you're going to want to take notes on is, when is the last time you physically put eyes on your motorcycle? So think back to it, try to remember the exact date, even the time that you last saw your motorcycle, and then you're going to move on and you're going to actually write down, when did you actually discover it's missing? Again, dates, times, be as specific as humanly possible in this. Then after that, you're going to write down when exactly you called the police, when the police report was filed, and basically you're going to want to start making a timeline of the sequence of events. This is going to help to expedite step number 3 dramatically. And then this next part is going to be probably the most easy part to you because you're intimately familiar with your motorcycle. You're going to want to start describing your motorcycle in as much detail as possible. So obviously including the year that your bike was produced, the make, the model, the color, but then any sort of distinguishable modifications that you might have to your bike. So that's going to be things like frame sliders or bags that are on the bike, or even the type of exhaust. If you have custom painted wheels, if you have a custom paint job, anything like that is going to be really, really important, not just for your insurance company, but also for the police. As they're looking for this motorcycle, they're going to have a really detailed picture of what your motorcycle looks like. And if you guys are anything like me, chances are you have tons of pictures of your motorcycle. So be sure to start gathering all of the different pictures of your motorcycle. Try to make sure they are as recent as humanly possible so that you can get a holistic view of your motorcycle and start giving it out to other people. Then after you've gathered all of the descriptions and the pictures of your motorcycle, you're going to want to start to get into your paperwork. So you're going to want to collect a bill of sale from wherever you purchased your motorcycle. You're going to want to start to dust off that old dusty notebook of your gap insurance. You're going to want to get the current payoff of your motorcycle if you decided to finance the motorcycle. And if you own your motorcycle outright, go ahead and get the title. Hopefully you didn't leave it on the bike. Please, 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 if you guys are watching this video and you own a motorcycle and your motorcycle hasn't been stolen and you're one of those people that keep your title on the motorcycle, do me a favor and just take it off right now. Go put it on a shelf somewhere. Don't ever keep your title with your motorcycle, but grab your title. These are things that the insurance company is eventually going to want, and get all of the information together, put it in a manila envelope, scan it, put it on a file on your computer, and just get these things ready. And then one other thing that you're going to want to gather is you're going to want to gather all of the keys for your motorcycle. So most motorcycle companies will give you one main key for your motorcycle, and then usually in your paperwork in one of those fancy envelopes that come with the motorcycle when you get it from the dealership, you'll have some sort of backup key. It's usually not as nice, but it is a backup key. You're going to want to put both those keys together, put them in a Ziploc bag, and attach it to all of your paperwork. The insurance company is going to ask and make sure that you have both your keys. And you ask, why are they going to ask for both your keys? What does it matter to them? Well, frankly, if you're missing a key and you're missing a bike, it looks a lot more suspicious than if you have both your keys, and you can make a better case for if the motorcycle was actually stolen or not. And then this next tip is not really in the category of writing down every detail, but it's something that I just wanted to mention to you guys. And it's especially important for those people that are financing their motorcycle. One thing I want to say that in this process, this process can be as quick as 2 weeks, or it can be as long as, maybe a couple months. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to contact your finance company immediately, just let them know what's going on, and then you're going to want to continue to make payments on your motorcycle as if the motorcycle was sitting in your garage and in your possession. Now, this is hard. I understand that, look, your motorcycle's not here, it's stolen. Realistically, the numbers aren't looking like they're going to be in your favor. Less than half of the people that lose their motorcycle actually get them recovered, but you're going to want to continue to make payments on your motorcycle. Make sure you're in good standing with whoever's financing your motorcycle. And at the end of the day, after this entire process is done, if in fact your motorcycle was stolen, you have a police report on a specific day that it was stolen, usually these companies are going to refund or prorate the money that you paid towards these bikes. But the last thing you want is to get in trouble with the finance company when you're in the process of hopefully eventually paying this motorcycle off through an insurance settlement or something like that. All right, so now we move on to step number 3, and that's calling your insurance company. So this step is mainly going to be for people that their motorcycle is fully insured. So I've had all of my motorcycles insured through Progressive Insurance. They've been a fantastic insurance company for me. They are not a channel sponsor here, but I've had a lot of good luck. All of my motorcycles are fully insured with them. So if your bike is fully insured and it's not just a liability coverage, which I hope it is at this point, go ahead and call your insurance company. Most insurance companies, even like Progressive, has an app that you can just pick up your phone, submit the claim, and get everything started just right on the app. You don't even have to talk to anybody, but I would recommend getting that process started as soon as possible. It's typically going to take the insurance company anywhere from 24 to 48 hours to get back to you and process all the information after you start the initial claim. So my recommendation to you is, especially within 24 hours of the motorcycle being stolen, go ahead and reach out to the insurance company and get the process started. So in the middle of this process, they're going to ask for a lot of the information that we covered in step 2. They're going to ask for things like when the motorcycle was last seen, who saw it, were there any witnesses, do you have both the keys, bill of sale, current payoff, all of these things. And you have to remember, the insurance company, well, they are here to support you in this journey. They're also not in the business of just blindly dishing out money to people. They're going to want you to prove a little bit that, hey, you're being honest, that the motorcycle was actually stolen by somebody, and they might ask you some questions. They're going to ask things, and they're going to check on things like, look, were you behind on any of your payments? Did you come into financial hardship? How are things at home? And just want to make sure that you didn't do something shady and decide to have a friend, go take the motorcycle, or you secretly have it in a shed and you're hoping that the insurance will just pay it off or something like that. So they're going to do their checks and balances and go through their due diligence of just ensuring that this is an actual motorcycle theft by somebody else outside of your control. And the good news is, if you call insurance and you're above board, you have nothing to hide. And if you have all of the information that we covered in step 2, you have nothing to worry about. And basically my rule of thumb is, look, make it as easy as possible for them to do their job, and chances are they're going to reciprocate that and make it as easy as possible for you to resolve this situation. Now, hopefully, the police find your motorcycle within 24 hours. You get the motorcycle back. You don't have to go through an insurance claim. But if you do have to go to the insurance claim, I can tell you that it goes a long way to just go above and beyond. Be nice to the people. They generally want to help you, especially if you have a company's insurance. Like I do at Progressive, they went above and beyond to try and help. They were there to support. They were very quick in their responses. They were just extremely helpful. But if I was a jerk at the onset and I wasn't willing to give them a lot of information, chances are they maybe wouldn't have been as nice or accommodating to help me through the insurance process. So in the middle of the insurance policy, most motorcycle policies have what they call an accessory policy. So my insurance policy comes with a $3,000 accessory policy. And what that means is, in addition to the motorcycle and the insurance company willing to replace the full value of the motorcycle, they will also replace up to $3,000 in accessories that you have installed onto your motorcycle. So if you're anything like me or any other motorcycle rider that I know, chances are you have some accessories installed on your motorcycle that chances are, if the motorcycle isn't recovered, you're going to be out that money out of pocket. So these are going to be things like air intake, windscreens, mirrors, saddlebags, exhaust system, headers, anything like that that you have put extra money onto your motorcycle and it walked off when your motorcycle walked off. You're going to want to start getting receipts to these things. You're going to want to start getting pictures and a list of these items, because when you file your claim and you're going to pay your $500 or $1,000 deductible, whatever your deductible is, you'll be able to get back those $3,000 in accessories. So make sure you review your insurance policy and check to see if you have that accessory package. I know I did, and it helped tremendously to be able to get the full value of all of those things back in addition to the value of the motorcycle itself. And then last but not least, look, insurance companies are going to differ from company to company. Some of them are going to give you very fair value based on the MSRP of the motorcycle. Some of them are going to give you an actual cash value. Some of them are going to look up the Kelley Blue Book of your motorcycle and give you that value. And so for most motorcycles, the value of bikes can differ dramatically based on the region you're in, based on the type of motorcycle. And so I would say contact your local dealership and get a verifiable, don't try and inflate this number, but get like a legit value of your motorcycle and what it is. So if your motorcycle was like mine, I had a BMW S1000RR, but I had an M package on it. So the BMW S1000RR retails for about $18,000. However, when you add the M package onto it, it comes with carbon fiber wheels, carbon fiber accessories, new foot controls, all of these things, which brings the retail value up on the motorcycle to around $26,000 or $27,000. And so the last thing you want is for an insurance adjuster to be looking at your motorcycle and say, well, the value of your motorcycle is only $18,000 and that's what we're going to pay out, when realistically you spend a lot more on that motorcycle and your loan, frankly, is going to reflect that larger amount. So I would encourage you guys to go to a local dealership, get an accurate portrayal of the list of things that makes your bike special. Again, if you bought them from a dealership, it's going to be a lot easier to justify, and make sure your insurance company knows the full scope of what is entailed onto your bike. And again, we're not talking aftermarket accessories because your accessory package should cover that, but we are talking about things that would make your motorcycle unique and more expensive, because at the end of the day, you're going to want to get as accurate of a value on your motorcycle as possible. All right, but that's going to bring us to step number 4, and that's, look, I know a lot of you guys that are watching this video maybe don't have full insurance coverage, and you're thinking, what the heck do? I don't have an insurance company that's going to pay out the full value of my bike. I don't know what to do next. Well, rest easy. There's still some solutions and some things that you can do immediately right now to hopefully get your motorcycle back. So one of the first things that I would encourage you to do is immediately go to your friends and family and start getting the word out that, hey, your motorcycle is stolen. Give them all of the information, the details of the bike, pictures of the bike, where it was last seen, and just tell these people to spread the word. Everybody look out for these things, and then even give them the contact of the police department from the police report in step 1. One thing that I want to encourage you guys to not do is, if someone sees the motorcycle, to try and intervene on your own behalf and try and get the motorcycle back. Guys, that's what the police are here for. Let them do their job. Of course, be safe. If someone has stolen your motorcycle, they have already broken the law. And if they've broken one law, you don't know what other kinds of laws they're willing to break. Let the police handle it themselves. But one of the things you can do is even create social media posts or posters. Take those posters, bring them around to your local motorcycle clubs or restaurants or bars and start passing them around. Try and get the word out as fast as humanly possible. Again, you're going to want to do these things in under 24 hours. Time is of the essence on here. If your motorcycle is stolen, file the police report, call the insurance company. If you don't have good insurance or you just have liability, you're going to want to do these things within the first couple hours to try and get the word out as fast as possible. One thing that I've seen that is really effective is you can even consider a cash reward for information leading to the return of this motorcycle. So I've seen people offer $500, $1,000, $1,500 rewards for people that are willing to give up a tip, or maybe they see the motorcycle, or maybe they've heard through a friend of a friend that, hey, they got this new motorcycle or something like that. Consider offering a cash reward that is within your means to be able to get this motorcycle back, especially if it's something that's not fully insured and you're going to be out the full value of the motorcycle. We come to step number 5, and this is kind of where we get down to brass tacks. This is the inevitable that, look, your motorcycle is probably gone. You're not going to get it back. Hopefully you have full coverage insurance. Hopefully you've gone through the steps of filing the police report, of getting the insurance involved, and now it's the sit and wait to see what happens. So basically the things that you can expect if you're fully insured is, look, you're going to collect a payout from your insurance company for the perceived value of your motorcycle. Oftentimes, if the perceived value of your motorcycle and the payout from the insurance company is less than what you actually have financed on the motorcycle, that's where things like gap insurance are going to come into hand. So basically what the insurance company is going to do is they're going to send a check directly to your financer. So that's going to be whatever financial institution that you finance the motorcycle from. So say, for instance, you owed $25,000 on this motorcycle and the insurance company said, hey, our perceived value of the motorcycle is $20,000. So we're sending a $20,000 check to whoever your financer is. Well, there's still a $5,000 balance. And so that's where things like gap insurance are going to come into play. And if you do have a balance that's left over, immediately call your gap insurance company, and that's what they're going to be there for, is to make up the difference between the payout and what you actually owe on the loan. Now, in the case that your insurance company is willing to pay off your loan entirely and they're willing to give you the full amount of money, well, then you didn't use the gap insurance. And something that most people don't know is most gap insurance policies are actually refundable. And while this isn't a big amount of money, usually it's in between $200, $300, $400, $500 that you can get back in your pocket. And so what you're going to want to do if you don't use the gap insurance is you're going to want to get them on the phone and ask for a refund on the policy. That's going to be prorated based on however long you've used the current policy, but make sure you're getting your money back and not just wasting it towards a gap insurance policy that you're no longer going to use because you don't have the motorcycle. And then this next tip is actually something that I think a lot of people overlook, is you're going to take the motorcycle off of your current insurance policy. Now, you would think that working through your insurance company that they would automatically take the motorcycle off of your policy, but usually what I've seen is the theft and loss prevention department and the actual policy writers are two different departments and they don't always talk to each other. So what you're going to want to do is, after your settlement has been closed out, they've cut a check to your financing of whoever's financing the motorcycle, you're going to want to call your insurance company, call a normal insurance agent, do it through the app, and make sure you take this motorcycle off of the policy because you don't have the motorcycle anymore. And last thing you want to do is have your insurance policy renew for an entire another year and pay for a motorcycle that you no longer own. And then after that, I mean, everything's closed out. Unfortunately, you're in the place where you don't have the motorcycle anymore. You need to start thinking about what the future looks like. And sometimes this can be one of the more exciting times. So I'm a firm believer that, look, everything happens for a reason. And this motorcycle maybe wasn't supposed to be yours long term. And I know it's hard and it hurts in the moment. And these are things that are deeply personal to you. It makes you feel a little bit vulnerable, honestly, when someone takes something that belongs to you. But look, at the end of the day, these are just things and things can be replaced. And if you're anything like me, shopping for new motorcycles is fun. So you get the time to shop for a new motorcycle, see what's out there, weigh the pros and cons of different motorcycle companies, see if you want to get into a different type of motorcycle, and start the process of looking for something all over again. So that's step number 5. Look, guys, in conclusion, I understand you're not having the best day. Chances are, if you clicked on this video, your motorcycle was in fact stolen and you're wondering what to do next. Well, hey guys, I'm here on behalf of Ride Motos and all of the motorcycle community to tell you that unfortunately, Last year alone, 51,000 people, including myself, went through the horrible process of having a motorcycle stolen. And I'm here to tell you that, guys, you're going to get through it. Everything's going to be okay. At the end of the day, it's just stuff. Stuff can be replaced. The things that can't be replaced are friends, family, your life, the memories that you formed on the motorcycle, and the good times that you've had with the motorcycle community as a whole. So remember to value the things that are most important to you, and hopefully these 5 steps of calling the police, gathering all the information, contacting your insurance, letting friends and family know about the motorcycle, and ultimately coming to the conclusion that your motorcycle is lost, but everything can be replaced. These 5 steps are going to help you guys get through this process. Hey, I'm curious to hear in the comments below what kind of things you guys have done that have been helpful for you after a motorcycle has been stolen. I know there's a lot of videos online that talk about how to prevent motorcycles getting stolen. What I didn't want to do is create another video that talked about the prevention of how to prevent motorcycles getting stolen, but rather talk about what you do after the motorcycle has already been stolen. So I know there's things like disc locks and chains and air tags and all sorts of stuff that people have tried to prevent motorcycles from getting stolen, but I'm curious to hear what your guys' next steps were, or even some stories of things that came out of a motorcycle being stolen that maybe in the immediate didn't seem like a positive, but after some time had passed, you realized that, look, some things happen and they end up happening for good. Well, hey, if you guys have liked this video, please like the video itself, subscribe to our channel, and if you guys have not checked it out yet, please go over to www.ridemotos.com. Follow us on social, that is @RideMotosOfficial. We are producing content like this that drops every Monday and Friday at 8 a.m. on the channel. We have designed Ride Motos to be a content platform for riders of all kinds, of all motorcycles, and all types of people to be able to engage with our content and put out videos exactly like this. So if you have liked this, please go ahead and check us out on social. Thank you guys so much. Sorry again that if you're watching this video, chances are your motorcycle has been stolen. But again, you're going to get through this. Till we meet again, guys. Peace.